Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. One of the greatest successes of the Narendra Modi government has been the way India has improved its relations with the entire Muslim world. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, the lobby hates it, the Congis don't like it, the pseudo-secularities can't believe it. But the reality is, under Narendra Modi, India has better relationships with every country in the Muslim world than it has ever done in the past. In the next few days, Narendra Modi will be visiting the United Arab Emirates. It's going to be a big visit. He'll be holding very wide-ranging talks with Sheikh Mohammed bin Zayed Al Nahyan, President of the United Arab Emirates and the ruler of Abu Dhabi. And we have a deep equation going on now with the UAE. Ladies and gentlemen, not unnoticed at all has been the visit of the Muslim World League Secretary General Sheikh Dr. Mohammed bin Abdul Karim Al Isa, and what he has said in the course of his visit to India. Let me quote a few things, which is the position of the World Muslim League, ladies and gentlemen, a very influential body. Dr. Mohammed bin Abdul Karim Al Isa says, and that's a picture of him meeting the Prime Minister, he says that India, despite being a Hindu majority nation, has a secular constitution. He says that in my interactions I found that Muslims in India are very proud of being Indians. There is a true sense of optimism in India between communities. Ladies and gentlemen, he goes on to say that I really appreciate the diversity of India. Now, this is not the kind of speech that is made without careful thinking, deep awareness, and that is when a person of the eminence of Abdul Karim Al Isa takes a position. I know that the lobby may not like it, because sitting in some cozy corner of Tony Mumbai, Nasiruddin Shah can abuse the country. Nasiruddin Shah can create this false narrative that Muslims are under attack. But the reality is, this is not an endorsement. What Abdul Karim Al Isa has said is an absolute reality. And let me give you an example of it. Viewers, we have to decide. We have to decide what kind of line we take. We can have people do Shaheen Bagh, try to break up the country, have riots in Jahangirpuri, kill people, 56 people can die for political reasons. People can like Yogendra Yadav will sit with other people and strategize on what to do then. They can antagonize the Muslim community, anger them, provoke them, but they can never do any good for them. You may ask me, what is doing good for the Muslim community? What does it mean? And my answer to you would be anything but Muslim appeasement. The Muslim community in India does not need appeasement. It needs development and it needs inclusion. And an example of inclusion and development is in the fact, ladies and gentlemen, that we have the largest contingent of Indian Muslims ever undertaking the Hajj pilgrimage in 2023 during the Prime Ministership of Narendra Modi. Now, this is a reality. Why was this not done before? Can I share one more statistic with you, viewers? And these are things we must calmly consider. I am informed that over 4,000 Indian Muslim women have undertaken the journey without male guardians. That is women's empowerment. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the largest contingent of Indian Muslim women who have undertaken the Hajj pilgrimage independently. These figures are testament to the fact that the Muslim community in India has never been as empowered, as is the fact that we have never had such great equations with the Muslim world as we have had during the Prime Ministership of Narendra Modi. These are not issues that can be discussed by people who launder the news or caricaturists or cartoonists pretending to be journalists. Ladies and gentlemen, you have to analyze the way in which Prime Minister Narendra Modi has reached out to the Egyptian president and go into the detail of his visit to Egypt to understand the depth of conversation, strategic and otherwise, between Narendra Modi and Egyptian President El Sisi. Ladies and gentlemen, LCC was the chief guest to our 2023 Republic Day parade. The Prime Minister is traveling to Kuwait later this year. He's in UAE in a few days. You have a record number of people. And at the Islamic Center, the address of Al-Isa is absolutely, ladies and gentlemen, a turning point. There is a narrative and there is a reality. The reality is this, that while people say there is discrimination against Muslims in India, that is only done by a small circuit, ladies and gentlemen. It's a Starbucks circuit sitting in Washington that has no reality about what's happening in the country. If you knew the reality in the country, then you would say the reality in the country is that 20% of Muslim households in India have benefited the most from the Narendra Modi government schemes. That is helping the poor. That is helping Muslims. That is the reality. Ladies and gentlemen, with that as the start, let's debate.